Hey guys, and welcome to Game Nights. I'm Alynzari and this is Hogwarts Legacy. This is video 31. Thank you for all the views and of course the one subscription. That's great. First subscription, yay! But more importantly, video 28. I don't know that there's anything special there. I mean, what did I do? I did exploration. I ran around a little bit. I don't think I got into any combat for during exploration because I was focusing inside Hogwarts. And suddenly I have 35 views, and I don't actually know why. So I mean, the average was 2 to 4, and there's the outlier.
You should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
11 or 12, and suddenly, that needs 9. No. That needs 9. Suddenly there's 35, and I'm like, what happened? Anyway, obviously we need 9 of those to get the next global-esports spell, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to waste my time running around Hogwarts to get it. I'm actually going to technically cheat and rush the damn thing, so let's go there. As I said, there is one at every single one of those town things. Can only be picked up at night, just remember that. So yeah, fun times. Anyway, so for those of you who actually keep track, I have not uploaded a video for about 2 days now. Bearing in mind that I upload 2 to 3 videos a day, and I can sometimes make 5 to 10 videos in one go, depending on how hard I push myself in terms of playing.
Revelio.
With that in mind, however,
What do we have here? A
past
demiguise.
few days I haven't played at all because I'm a little bit burnt out, not so much from the game but from other stuff. So yeah, today would be the first time I'm playing in a few days. There he is. There's the evil bastard. So I haven't uploaded anything because I haven't had anything to upload. But this, of course, today will change that, and I will upload again as of tomorrow. In the meantime, hope you guys are having fun. By tomorrow morning, it being a little after 8 now.
Confringo.
That's right, man.
Revelio.
Thank you. Ooh. Missed that completely, like a dozen times. Isn't that sad? Anyway, so, on the whole though, I hope you guys are doing well.
Aloha Mora.
So, in games in general, I have no problem with shooter games. It does depend on the shooter game, but the most important thing for any game that I'm going to play, it has to have story. Without story, the game kind of has something missing from it. Like half the game is missing if you don't have a story. Now, the best example for that, like Blizzard games in general, have originally had great story, like Warcraft 1, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3. World of Warcraft, the original ones, they kind of lost the plot as they got further along, but the original ones were great. Okay? I loved Vanilla. Vanilla was great.
Revelio.
Long, but great. I've done Lore Master a few times, just for the record. But Vanilla was great. Absolutely fucking fantastic. The hardest part is, of course, you have to run around for fucking ages. I don't know if the new version of Vanilla, where they bring out the special servers, which is only up to this expansion and only up to that expansion, has that limitation of the first mount at level 40. If it doesn't, then you've lost part of what the
Revelio.
was. I get that you're trying to make the game easier for newer players, but if you want to keep the heart of what the game was, You have to keep that part of it too. Though it did make
What are you up to
life
now?
difficult at times. On a slightly different note, I also greatly enjoyed oh, my bag is full. I'll have to go into the trader over there and sell shit. I greatly enjoyed the...
Nice to see you
was it
again.
Burning Crusade?
Likewise. What can I help you with today?
It was the Outland expansion, I can't remember what it was called.
What do you have for
I
sale?
think it was Burning Crusade. Yeah, I
What
think
are
it was
we
Burning
looking for
Crusade.
today?
Anyway, and I enjoyed it a lot. My favorite class, like, if I'm going from beginning to end, the first character I ever created was a paladin and I failed miserably. I didn't understand the game well enough to play paladin properly. And I was like, how do you fail paladin? Well, it's simple. You use the wrong gear, take the wrong talents, and quest in the wrong areas.
Thank you again for delivering those potions. Hopefully Pippin's quality will meet mine and my clients'
even today I
expectations.
see people screwing up those classes despite how old the game is. Or at least the start of that class. Second character I ever created was a rogue. First character, obviously first character I got past to level 20 or higher. But not the first character I got to level 80. First character I ever got to level 80 was a Shadow Priest. Now Shadow Priest was fucking amazing. Hard as fuck early on, okay? Shadow Priest is a bitch. Until you get Shadow Form and Dispersion, you suffer with no mana. You can take a hit because your Shadow spells heal you later on. But you can heal yourself and you can create that shield which allows you to heal yourself. But until then, it's hard as
Thank
fuck.
you for stopping in.
But it is
I
so much fun.
appreciate it.
Then, but later on it is amazing. The biggest problem with Burning Crusade, as a Shadow Priest, was quite simple. You could not fucking hit shit. Half the stuff in the dungeons was immune to shadow damage, which was painful as hell. Let's be honest, it sucked. When you can't hit shit because, like, it's immune to your damage, life is
Hello,
terrible.
Homura.
Which of course means everyone just wants you to heal, and I can heal a bit. In fact, when Ice Crown first came out, Wrath of the Lich King I should say, first came out, I was healing on my priest. I started out as Shadow Priest, my guild needed a healer, so I started
Now,
healing.
then, guys.
And like, I'm not just being funny, I was healing Ice Crown Citadel, and the guild itself, when I was healing, quite easily managed 8-9 bosses. But bearing in mind that I was primarily a DPS player, so I was probably the second best healer in the guild, but not the best healer in the server. When we went for proper fucking... when we had a proper healer with us, as in not me, on my
Hello,
priest,
Homura.
and I was actually doing Shadow Priest, not only could I solidly whack out a good amount of damage, which of course helped the group, but 5% of my damage healed the group, which made healing a tiny bit easier. Not a lot, a tiny bit, especially when you're doing high DPS. And when shit hits the fan,
Revelio.
I can heal, I can throw shields, I can do all that shit and still use Dispersion to have mana and continue attacking. Okay? That is the greatest value of the Bloody Shadow Priest. And because you can do both. If you know how to do both, you can do both and you can save your damn guild in the run. The Wrath of the Lich King is by far my favorite expansion of all time. Then there was of course Cataclysm. Love Cataclysm. It was great. A lot of fun. But they did change combat styles a little bit, and unfortunately that didn't work out as well for me as I would have liked, but that didn't stop me from playing, and I still played a lot, and I kicked some ass like a machine. It was great, okay? So there we were, kicking ass. No, cat, you can't walk on the damn keyboard. Shovel. No, don't fine. Fine, you can sit on the keyboard. Or cuddle up next to me. Anyway, so played Cataclysm, did raiding, did fairly well. Finished that hard raid where everyone was running through, I think it was fiery druids and shit. It was quite fun. Then of course they decided to be clever. And what the fuck is that? Oh, that's upstairs. And bring out...
Hello, Mr. Moon.
Oh, greetings! Any luck removing some more of those demiguise statues?
I actually have some moons for you.
Oh, my mind feels lighter already knowing those statues are gone. I did promise to show you how to improve casting Alynzari once you'd brought me enough moons. Oh, with that knowledge, you'll be able to break open even stronger locks. However, we don't yet know who's behind these statues. Still plenty of the foul things lying in wait to torture me. Oh... If you bring me more moons, I'll show you how to cast the most powerful form of Alynzari known to wizard kind. At least known to me. Keep looking for those moons, You'll save my sanity and we may get to the bottom of whoever's behind all of this.
Well, there we go. We now have a stronger form of Alynzari, which is fan-freaking-tastic. As I was saying, so there we were doing Cataclysm, which was great, a lot of fun.
Revelio.
Enjoyed Cataclysm a lot, great raids, fairly good story, and certainly gave a boost to what you once knew, I should say. Then of course they decided to be clever and bring out Mists of Pandaria. And I really didn't like that. I did not like Mists of Pandaria at all. I didn't like the story, I didn't like the monk class that they brought in. I didn't like any of this shit. It also fucked up the entire combat style of the game. And that just ruined the game for me. And I stopped playing it. Plain and simple. I stopped playing World of Warcraft because of Mists of Pandaria. A while later, I saw a friend of mine playing Warlords of Draenor. Got into that one. That one was good. They didn't really fix the combat style for Mists of Pandaria. But at least the game I was able to get into the combat style more with that than I was with Mists of Pandaria. And because the story was good, yes, a lot of people did not like the whole using the Dark Portal, go back in time, blah blah. I can understand them not liking that. I really can. But it didn't bother me at all, that part of it. But I did like the story within that expansion set, which was great. Did like that. Now, of course, after that we had Legion. Now, Legion itself was great. Legion was a lot of fun. The story was fun, the quest was fun. I liked how the regions leveled up as you did, okay? I wasn't so keen on the weapons. Everyone has the same legendary weapon. Everyone has a legendary weapon and everyone has the same legendary weapon. That was kind of sad. I mean, I get that everyone ends up with the same weapon eventually, but I found that the game sort of lost something when you no longer had to hunt for a good weapon through dungeons and raids. I mean, yes, you still had to hunt for good armor and stuff, but I felt the game lost something there. That said, the Demon Hunter class was one hell of a lot of fun. Like, it was an amazing character to play. It was so much fun. However, the dungeons and the raids then got that damned difficulty moderator. I can't remember what they called it. But basically, if you did it in a certain time, you got this thing, and then you could do the same dungeon again on a harder difficulty. And you still had to do it in a certain time, and you got bonus loot, and so on and so forth. And my problem was that so many people couldn't actually do it. Okay, like, I was playing a Demon Hunter tank at the time, and like fire damage healed me. Like when I did fire damage to enemies, I healed, which was great. So I went into one of these dungeons, and you're supposed to be going fast, because if you go too slow, you run out of time and you lose the loot, and you don't get a refresher on that stone thing that allows you to go into another hard dungeon. And I'm fucking up this key, aren't I? And that kind of annoyed me. Smack the key because it's being a pain. Because I was in the dungeon, I was tanking and I was going at a reasonable pace, but the DPS were too weak. We couldn't kill shit. I was doing more DPS than all three of the DPS combined. Okay, and I was the tank, which is not supposed to be the case. And I was healing more than the healer was healing. The group, not just me, the group. I was healing myself more than the healer was healing myself and the group. Which kind of meant that there was no way in hell I could finish that. And of course they died. Despite the fact that I had all the threat, they got hit by AoE and died. So I haven't actually played, I kind of stopped playing Legion after that, despite how fun it was playing the Demon Hunter. And then I got into a private server for World of Warcraft, Ice Crown. At the Lich King, I should say, and that was a lot of fun. I mean, the server has bugs, and a lot of people on the server are dicks. Let's be fair, they're not nice people. No cat, okay, that's enough cat. But some of them aren't too bad. And I found a nice group, we did some raiding, and due to living in South Africa, we have this thing called load shedding. And they randomly turn your power, I mean, there's a roster of course, but they randomly turn your power off for 2 hours here and there. And I was able to work around that sometimes, but not always. And then they hit me with a week of 4 hours of power a day. Now, that's a day during daylight hours. So I had 4 hours a day between 8 AM and 8 PM. 4 hours of power. And obviously you have to do all your work, and otherwise you don't get paid, and you have to cook food, because what else are you supposed to do? And of course, the fuck are you supposed to do the rest of the time, because there's no power. And it just made life so difficult. So I had to stop playing for a while. And so yeah, stopped playing Warcraft after that, played a bunch of other games. And one day I'm going to get this fucking key, let me focus. And I didn't even press spacebar. Let me focus on this fucking key. That's right. Bastard. Sorry about that. Anyway, so, but the point is that the games had a fantastic story. Diablo 1, I played most of it. I don't remember if I've actually finished it or not, but it was a fun game. The spider is down there, so that's 8 plus 5 is 13, which means this is 0. That one is 2 plus 3 is 5, makes that 9. 2, 3, 5, 7, 9. I don't remember actually finishing Diablo 1, but I definitely finished Diablo 2 several times, and it was a lot of fun. Plain and simple, Diablo 2 was great. Got the expansion set, played that, you know, kill the demons, blah blah. Got Diablo 3, pre-ordered by the way, pre-ordered, digital edition, installed the game, got ready to play the game. Open the game, server crashed, server was slow, server crashed, server was slow, server crashed again, and I stopped playing for 3 months. Got back after that, and it was okay. The game overall story was fairly good. I was disappointed in the classes you could play. Like, yes, there was the Witch Doctor, which, by the way, for those of you who are not aware, was heavily fucking racist. Good God, it was funny. But the Witch Doctor was heavily fucking racist. But that someone from South Africa would notice it more than most other people, I think. Or people from Africa would notice how fucking racist the witch doctor was, more than anyone else.
Aloha Mora.
But my favourite class was the Necromancer. Now, the Necromancer on Insanity or hard difficulty, no cat, you can't be here, was fuck off hard. Because obviously you had to start out to kill something to, or get a fire elemental, and half the fucking world drew me into fire, which made it a bitch. Or you had to buy some metal thing and make a metal golem.
Aloha Mora.
And of course the metal golem was weaker than the fire golem, and thankfully it would take on the traits of whatever metal item you used, armor or weapon or whatever, and when they were enchanted it gave your golem extra stats, which is great. But that didn't stop it from being fuck off hard, okay, which I loved about the Necromancer.
Revelio.
And then you can only get a Necromancer with a DLC, which I thought was kind of sad. But that was just me. I know that some people didn't find it. Me, I wasn't overly impressed by the lack of Necromancer. And... sorry, I was just coughing there. Yeah, the game as a whole was fairly good. I didn't get the DLCs. Not because I wasn't interested in them. But I felt that the main game was missing something and the DLC just wasn't big enough of a draw for me. Because the main game was missing something. So I moved on and focused on other games. Now, obviously you're probably wondering, why have I gone into this whole thing about Blizzard games, Warcraft and Diablo and. Well, they had that other game that came out, or at least there were adverts for it. I know it's come out, a lot of you played it, but let me name said game. Overwatch. Now if any of you have ever watched an Overwatch video, the YouTube trailers and shit, those look so fucking amazing. Like, you would not believe how amazing those trailers are. Like, the possible story in there, like, oh my god, I wanted to play it, okay?
Revelio.
Like, it looked so amazing. And then it came out and it was basically Call of Duty cartoon style. Okay, I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty, there's nothing wrong with the game, it's just not a game that I would play addictively, okay? And it's not because the game is bad, it's because, like, I just can't get into it. I cannot enjoy the game because there's no great story to it. Like, in most of the newer ones, it's just multiplayer, go and get yourself killed. Let's be honest, that's what the game is. Go online, get yourself killed by someone who only plays Call of Duty for hours and hours and hours a day. That's all they ever do. Like, a friend of mine asked me to play Call of Duty Black Ops with him. Like, I've got the game, so I installed it, and I joined the multiplayer, and I stepped around the corner, and I died. Didn't see the guy who killed me, I just died, stepping around the corner. I respawned, stepped around a different corner, and I died. And I respawned, and I stepped around a different corner, and I died. And I'm not being funny, I did eventually find out who was killing me. There's this guy, and he's standing on a kind of railing, like a railing for stairs. He's just standing there with a fucking sniper rifle. And all he does is stand there in the open where anybody can shoot him, and he snipes everyone, headshot one, like, immediately. That's not fun for me. There is no fun in that type of game where you cannot even walk around a corner without dying. Okay, and so I understand that some of the early ones had some story, but the later ones were just multiplayer, get yourself killed. And there's another game that came out a while ago, I can't remember what it's called, I've also got it, it's free on Steam, and that one's actually slightly better, but again, not my type of game. Mass Effect, on the other hand, as a shooter game, as a game in general, Mass Effect 1, amazing story, oh my god. However, there were problems with the Legendary Edition, which I'll get to later. Mass Effect 2, story was very good, not quite as amazing as the first one, but still very good. And it tied in quite nicely with the first one, kept some of the character story, and so I'm very happy with that. Mass Effect 3, oh my god, amazing times 10. Mass Effect 3 was absolutely fucking phenomenal. Okay, let me focus on this key for a second, because I'm pretty sure you guys are getting bored looking at me fail at this key. Smack you. That's right. So obviously Mass Effect 3 was absolutely fucking phenomenal. I played the Vanguard, and the Vanguard is supposed to have a pistol and a shotgun as your standard weapons. That's what you start off with in Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 1 as a Vanguard. If, however, you decide to be sneaky about this shit, like a boss, later on, you go onto the collector ship. Is the collector ship? Or was it a reaper ship? I think it was the collector ship. And you can actually learn to use a sniper rifle like a fucking boss. Okay?
Revelio.
And of course you put your character to continue, blah blah.
Confringo.
And
Accio.
like you go around sniper rifle, you kick some fucking
Revelio.
ass like a boss. Like you just snipe people from a distance with Black Widow. Like you get 3 shots, sure, sad, 3 shots nonetheless. And you got your 3 shots, and you reload, and you got your 3 shots, and you smack this guy with biotic charge.
You can't imagine
and
how
you kick some
inconvenient.
fucking ass. Like it was so much fun, like amazingly fun, brilliant story. It was absolutely fucking phenomenal. The DLC was great. I loved that you could get a Prothean as a companion. That was absolutely brilliant. I think whoever thought of that was a fucking genius. Especially because you'd already been to Prothean Ruin in the first one and seen all the cryopods, and everyone had died in those cryopods. So it would stand to reason that there were other cryopods somewhere in the galaxy, some of them might have survived. And the very fact that you could get a Prothean companion, like, oh my god. Like, what genius. Then of course you have the other DLCs. Like, I know that a lot of people didn't like Vega, and then they, after the game came out, they've decided to make that kind of cartoon, animated movie, I should say,
Revelio.
to explain why Vega was as a character, which made sense in a way. Like, I can understand them just to make people happy. Oh, that's why we have Vega. Okay, I can understand that. At the same time, I had no problem with Vega because I never used him. No offense, Vega. Like, you start off in the very first mission, you've got Vega. Fine. And 2 minutes in, like, okay, you land on the moon. You kill one group. You go around the corner, kill another group. Go around the corner.
Revelio.
And Vega fucks off and you get Liara straight away. Like, yes, please, thank you, fuck off Vega. Like, it's not that I had anything against Vega, he was just not a character I liked using. If I'm being completely honest, characters that, in Mass Effect 1, I always had Kaidan Alenko. And the reason I always had Kaidan Alenko is quite simple. The bastard could unlock and hack everything. Like, granted, once if you choose a specific class, you can do it yourself, or if you choose Tali and someone else, I think it was Gareth, though it could have been Liara, you could still unlock everything. Or you could take Kaidan and unlock everything anyway. So why the fuck not, hey? So yeah, that is why I always had Kaidan Alenko. And most of the time, I would take Gareth, because Gareth was my favourite companion of the first one. Okay? Then you have Mass Effect 2, And unfortunately, you only get him late, but Legion is by far the best companion in Mass Effect 2. Legion is fucking amazing. And Thane Krios. Now you can get Thane Krios about midway through the game, and he's an amazing companion. The two of them, Thane Krios and Legion, best two companions in the entire game. Hands down. Okay. Hey, we just hit 30 minutes. Let me run over here, because this heads downstairs, and I will check my bag. How full are we? We're at 16. Okay, I'm going to leave this video here, and I'll continue chatting about Mass Effect 2 when we return. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you guys had fun and enjoyed it. I honestly enjoyed talking about those games, especially Mass Effect, the first one. They're absolutely phenomenal. So I'll talk about Andromeda in another video as well, but Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, absolutely amazing. Anyway, thanks for watching, take care, and see you guys next time.